What's up guys, Cardfight here, and today I'm here with the Deletor deck profile. So I've been away for a few days, and that's because I've been busy with projects, and also I had more promos coming in from Japan, so that took a while. Also, I got these epic sleeves for free, so that was worth it, I guess. Anyway, let's get right into the deck profile. So for the starting Vanguard, we're running Lucci. I think his name is Sprout Deletor Lucci, and his skill is, if you have a Deletor Vanguard, if your Deletor Vanguard pays a cost, and this card is put to the drop zone, then you can choose one opponent's back row rear guards and lock it, and then your opponent chooses one card in the drop zone and Banish deletes it. So since you're going to eat a lot of your own Deletor cards using effects, eating him is fine because then you get something out of it. So yeah, he's an alright card, which is like okay guy. Next, we're running 4 Greydol. Greydol is he is the new promo card from the manga. Skill is once per turn, Sobas 1 Greydol Greyon. So last one Greyon, and then choose one of your Deletor rear guards and retire it. And then when this card, when your opponent's choose your opponent's Vanguard and delete all of it, and then your opponent chooses a card in their drop zone and Banish deletes it. So he's an okay card because his deleting is a Soul Blast, so it's alright. And then his second skill is kind of lost 1. When his card attack hits a Vanguard, you will pay the cost. If you do, look at the top 5 cards of your deck, choose a Greyon in your soul. Choose a Greyon card from those 5 and put it in your soul, and then shuffle your deck, and then choose one of your opponent's front row rear guards and retire it. And then you can your opponent chooses a card in their drop zone and Banish deletes it. So lots of Banish deleting. So running for that. If you can't get access to this card, you can run Zaylee instead. Zaylee is okay, but this guy, you just want to run him because you want to be cool and you want to run new cards, I guess. I don't know. And you know, maybe you want him because he has a cheap delete cost. Versus this guy, he has an expensive delete cost. His skill is kind of lost 2 deleters, and then choose a Deletor rear guard and retire it. And choose your opponent Vanguard and delete all of it, and then your opponent chooses a card from their drop zone and Banish deletes it. And then his second skill is when this card is placed on the Vanguard circle, your opponent chooses 2 cards in their drop zone and Banish deletes it. So running 4 of this guy. He's quite good because his on ride, your opponent Banish deletes 2. So if you're missing 2, or if you're missing 3, you can just ride this guy. Your opponent Banish deletes 2, and then you stride on top of you stride this guy, and then you delete another one, and then you have your 3 that you're missing. Your opponent has 10 cards in there. Banish delete it, then it's fine. So next we're running 3 Gyari. Gyari's skill is choose a opponent, choose your Deletor rear guard and retire it. When this card is placed on the Vanguard rear guard circle, you can pay the cost. If you have a Deletor Vanguard, choose one of your opponent's Vanguard front row rear guards and retire it. And then your opponent chooses a card in their drop zone and Banish deletes it, and then this card gets plus 2,000 power. So he's okay because he does get rid of some cards for our opponent, but then and you can also Banish delete, and he also becomes an 11k attacker, which is alright because if your opponent's Banish deleted, they'll have 0. So 11 and there's 0, it's okay. They're gonna need at least a 15k guard. So yeah. Next, Also, after using this guy's effect, you can just kill it off with another card effects, because he'll be useless after that. The main two cards you want on your rear guards is this guy and this guy. So this guy, his name is Alba, hailing the leader Alba, and his skill is when this card is placed on the rear guard circle while your opponent's Vanguard is deleted, you can search your deck for one Elro, I think his name is Elro, and then call it to a rear guard circle, and then your opponent calls the top card of the deck to a rear guard circle. So they do get a free unit, but it's random. So if you're playing against Gold Paladin, you better hope they don't get a Din Drain. So yeah. Anyway, this second skill is if this card's on the right rear guard column, and this card attacks, and you have Elro in the left in your left column, this card gets 11k or gets 3k, so he becomes an 11k attacker. So it's very gimmicky because you need them to be right side and left side, but it's okay. They are 11k attackers, which is very good against, you know, as I said before, your opponent's 0 Vanguard, because when your opponent's deleted, they have 0 power. So yeah, and this guy, his skill is once per turn, if your opponent calls a card from their deck. If your opponent calls a card using card effects, you can countercharge one and then choose one of your opponent's cards, and your opponent chooses one of their own cards and banish deletes it. So yeah, it's kind of anti superior call decks, which is almost everything now. I mean, there's a few decks that can't, but a lot of the main meta decks can superior call. So this card is sort of good against it. It'll be better if it's not once per turn. If your opponent's playing Shadow Paladin and you have this guy on the field and he's not once per turn, then he'll be freaking amazing. But since he's once per turn, he's alright. His second skill is the same as this guy, except, you know, different sides. But he becomes an 11k attacker. Next, we're running 2 Gaily. Gaily is pretty good for disabling your opponent. Mainly, you're just gonna call it out, you know, lock your opponent's front row, and then kill it off. Or if you don't have any of these guys, then you can just use it as an attacker. His skill is when this card's placed on a rear guard circle while your opponent's Vanguard is deleted, you can choose one card in the front row and lock it. If you don't want to run these guys, then you can run 2 more of these. I don't like running too many of these guys because just cause. This guy is good because when you call this guy, you automatically get this guy if your opponent's deleted. Oh wait, it should be like this because right hand. Then yeah, but other than that, they're not super good. Next, we're running for grade 2s. We're running for grade 1s. Sorry. We're now running 2 Guillaume. His skill is when this card boosts and hits the Vanguard, while your opponent's Vanguard is deleted, they can choose lock on your opponent's front row rear guards. So pressure card, he's very good for pressuring because, you know, it doesn't cost any cannon blast, and you just need to hit while your opponent's deleted, and you can, voila, lock something. So lots of pressure with this guy. Pretty good, especially if your opponent has 0 defense. Your opponent's probably gonna let at least 1 attack in, and they're probably gonna drop a lot of cards to guard this column if not. So yeah. Next, running 4. This guy's name is Doron. Skill is when this card. Put this card into soul and then choose one of your cards and discard it. When this card boosts a leader at the end of the battle, you may pay the cost. If you do, draw 2 cards and then your opponent chooses 1 card and the drops one and banish deletes it. So this guy is good because you can banish delete, and you can also refresh your hand to get rid of useless cards and, you know, put some more useful cards in your hand. You can run one less of this if you want. This guy is expensive, so you can run one more of this guy if you want, or you can run more Shrine Enablers, or you can run more of this guy. I don't really like this guy, but he's alright. So his skill is this guy's name is I think his name is Guyan. So his skill is last one. When your opponent's Vanguard is deleted, you may pay the cost. If you do, while you have a Grey Vanguard, so either of these guys is fine. So you can't use this guy if you're using Juxtaposed Deletor, but it's fine for this deck because we're not running just Juxtaposed Deletor. Anyway, you play the cost, and your opponent chooses a card in the drop zone and Banish deletes it, and then this guy has plus 3,000 power. So he becomes an 11k, a 10k booster, or you can use him as a 10k attacker. But if you use him as a 10k booster, this guy will swing for 20k, so your opponent will need a crap load of guard to guard against it. So running 2 of this. Next, we're running 2 of the Shrine Enablers. It's safer to run these. You don't have to run these. You can just run full-on Deletors if you want, but play it safe, just running 2 Shrine Enablers. Next, running 4 of the new Perfect G's. Skill is when this guy's put the Guardian Circle while your Vanguard's being attacked. If your opponent's Vanguard is deleted already, then you can delete it again during the end phase. So it works like an old Perfect Guard, except instead of unflipping damage, you delete your opponent's Vanguard. If they are deleted already, if they're not deleted, then this card does nothing. It's just a Perfect Guard G. It doesn't flip though. So yeah, and it only works if you're I think it's let's see. Yeah, this card only guards Vanguard. So yes, so for all Perfect Gs. Anyway, it's just the gimmicky Perfect Guard that some of the new clans are getting. Yeah. Next for triggers, running 4 crit, 4 stand, 4 draws, and 4 heals. So running draws because draws are pretty strong when your opponent has 0 defense. And this guy's kind of useful. Skills: when this card's placed on a rearguard circle and you have to delete a Vanguard while your opponent's Vanguard is deleted, you can draw a card. So mainly you can use it to call it, draw a card, and then kill it off for one of your effects. And then yep. This guy's skill is put this card to the top of your deck. When this card boosts at the end of the battle, you may pay the cost. While your opponent's Vanguard is deleted, you can countercharge one and then choose one of your opponent's. Your opponent chooses one of their cards from the drop zone and Banish deletes it. So again, this guy speeds up, you know, the Banish deleting process. It's good. And let's move on to G Zone. I've been talking too much already. There's a lot of things to remember for this deck, and it's not an easy deck to play. You can do a lot of misplays, and that could cost you a game because this card isn't very good at generating advantage. It would be better if your opponent can't Shrine. Then you can gain more advantage because your opponent's swinging with a 0 Vanguard. But since we can't have nice things, then you know, this is the next thing. So first, G Zone running 1 Amnesty Messiah. Just cause you can. Next, we're running 1 Judgment on the side. He's mainly going to be your first ride. Not going to explain these guys because you've seen enough Linked decks to know what they do. Next, we're running 2 Igor. Igor's skill is once per turn, Generous Break 2, kind of lost 1. Choose one of your Deletor rear guards and retire it. And then, if you have a Deletor Heart, delete all your opponent's Vanguard. And then your opponent chooses delete one of your opponent's back row rear guards. And then your opponent chooses a card in their drop zone and Banish deletes it. And if your opponent has 4 damage or more, while the amount of Banish delete cards in your opponent has is 13 or more, you win the game. So it's auto win, and the condition is I guess it's hard to do if you're playing against a rush deck, but if you're playing against a stall deck like Angel Feathers, then this guy is pretty good. There's also other decks that shine late game that this card also beats the crap out of. So yeah, and then we're running 4 Big Crunch Dragon because sometimes you can't banish delete as much as you want, and then you just want to crap out your opponent. So you're going to use this guy. His skill is counterless 1. Choose a Big Crunch Dragon in your G zone, flip face up, and then if you have 2 more face up in your graveyard card in your G zone, you basically Omega lock your opponent's whole column, one of the whole columns. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. This guy's also very good against your matches, so definitely recommend running this guy. So yeah. Anyway, that's pretty much it for this video. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll be back with a G Shadow Paladin deck profile very soon. So stay tuned, guys. This is Cardfight, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.